All right. Hey, what's going on? May Yank. We're going to talk more about. I'm going to make this a little smaller. We don't need this quite so large. I'll reference to it. I got to make some new. Oh, right. I got this little square up here that I can make big like this, and it makes it easier to see this. Kind of clever, right? All right. And you know, hey Holly, good to see you. Happy Monday to you too. So far, so good. I got my coffee, so sorry I'm late. My wife sent me on one of those errands to the garage freezer. Hey, can you get the marinated chicken out of the door of the freezer chest high? And I go there and I grab what looks like chicken to me, and I send her a picture. And I put it in the house, and she says, "Nope, that's not it." And then I just send her a picture of the whole door. I'm like, I don't see anything that looks like marinated. I see chicken, but I don't see anything that looks like marinated chicken. And so she says, "Oh, to the right of the burgers, right next to the burger." And I'm like, "That's chicken? It looks like ground beef with little pieces of cheese in it." So I said that was the right thing. But I was, she's at work and she can't always text back right away. So I'm sitting there. Okay, it's after 9. I felt like Nate. What's that comedian Nate Bertezzi, or how do you say his last name? He kills me. He's just perfect. He's so. His delivery is so well rehearsed, and I'm sure he's not really. I mean, I'm sure he's a little bit like that in real life, but I think he's a very smart guy, and so yeah, it's. I felt like I was in the middle of a Nate comedy routine with my wife. So I'm going to make some more of these random things. I'm going to make duplicates too, so we could pull up the 1 chord more than once, and the 4 chord, the 5 chord, okay? But I'm going to have to do, these are pretty long. I can do this. I can go like, we have 3. Okay, so maybe I'll do 1 and 4. Let's see if I can tear this without destroying it. And then we're going to do some. So I want to talk about. We again. I remember talking about this before, but it was quite a while ago when we were talking about songwriting. 4. Let's see, 5. Let's put 6 in here as another possible. But we can start to manipulate the chords that we already have. So, for example, in the key of G, we're just going to stick with the key of G for today, because. But I do think that we may. I may rewrite this a little bit so that we just write the names of the chords once by their letter names, and give it the corresponding number. Like G would be 1, and A minor would be 2 minor, and things like that. And then we'll go strictly to the Nashville tune, not the Nashville notation. And the reason to do that is so that would apply to any key. And it's really good to think of harmony in those terms, because it's very transferable. You can analyze songs in different keys this way. And so that would be, I think that would be the way we're going to go from this point forward. But when it comes to numbering these things, plus it'll give us more space over here, in this area here, if I'm wanting to do a lot of, a list of chords and things like that. Okay, so I'm going to mend this one here in a second, and then I can even quiz you on some of these. But we're going to talk about, like, one of the most common alterations to the standard major harmony. And just as a review, basically I'm going to show you G, then A minor is the 2 chord, B minor is the 3 chord, C is the 4 chord, D is the 5 chord, E minor is the 6 chord, and a D over F sharp would be kind of a substitute for the 7 chord. The 7 chord would be technically like a F sharp minor 7 flat 5 or F sharp diminished. But you're not going to really use that in a song. I mean, we might use it in something like that. Okay. Well, one of the most common alterations that we would do is take the 4 chord and make it minor. Okay. And I've got a new video that will probably drop today or tomorrow. I'm almost done with it. And it's a new open tuning video. And and I will try, you know, I've got so many ideas for videos. I just have to kind of organize my thoughts a little bit. Okay, so Bruce is in the house. Bruce, thanks for the text last night. Appreciate you. We don't have very many people on, do we? Oh, we got 20. Okay, we got 16. Well, that's not bad for this early in the set. Okay, so the one that is really common when we're talking about getting outside of the standard 6 chords harmony would be a minor 4 chord. Remember, 4 is normally major, but how often do you... In fact, I'm going to give you 2 of them because this way we can do Creep, or what's the Air That I Breathe. What's the song that Creep got its chord progression from the Hollies? What was the Hollies hit that had the same? Okay, so if we take the 3 chord, which was B minor, okay, and make it a dominant, or we can make it major, but let's make it a dominant B7 chord, which is so easy to play. Not easy to play, but it's a 4-finger chord. We can get some open strings in there. And I think it's easier than B minor, even though, well, B minor has all 4 fingers as well. B7 is a little bit easier. Has an open string in there, so it kind of lends as well. It's rainy in Toronto. Nice. It's hot. 90. It's going to be 90 today here in LA. We're about 25 degrees over normal. Which I'm not ready for summer to start showing up, but that's all right. It'll get cool again. California will do this. So it'll have, like, in November it'll have a week of 100-degree weather, and then it goes back down to 50. So funny because they're getting snow in Missouri where my daughter lives, and then on Saturday it's going to be 90. So it just weather does its thing, you know what I mean? Okay, so Creep is basically G1 major 3, which we would just call 3 or 3/7 in this case, 3/7. Then 4 C, and then 4 minor C minor. Okay, so I'm going to write those 2 chords down so we have those might show up now. So 3/7. Oops, I'm going to write 3 with a little 7. And then I'm going to write 4M. Okay. So what did we do there? Well, what we did was we took a major chord and made it minor, and we took a minor chord and made it major. Well, we can do that pretty much across the board. The only one I might not do that to is the 1 chord. I might not ever. If I'm playing a song in the key of G, I'm probably never going to go to a G minor chord unless I'm literally changing keys to the key of G minor. There are a lot of classical pieces that start in major, go to minor, and then go back to major, and the opposite too, where it starts in minor, then goes to major, and then this, you know, like it starts in G minor, goes to G major, and goes back to G minor. That's not unusual in classical music, but it's pretty unusual in pop or singer-songwriter type music. Okay. So let me, I'm going to let's see if I can edit this. How do I do? Okay, chords, here we go. I'm going to figure out a way to, how do oh, down here. That's right. Weird. It's so weird. All right. So I'm going to start getting rid of, you'll start to see the chord names go away. and you'll start to see just the letters. Now, could you just say 2 instead of? Okay, that was weird. What this one was? Oh, I see. We did another chord. Okay, probably I like that one. That's probably why I did it that way. Okay. Could you just use numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? You could if it was like really square and you were not gonna ever use any weird chords. Then you could just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I'll think of A minor is the 2 chord in the key of G. I won't necessarily go, it's the 2 minor chord. Okay, so I may say the 2 chord, but I'm meaning the 2 minor chord. Okay, so I can get rid of these here for now. All right. So these are just some progressions that we came up with OSE here. And I showed you also the Roman numeral version, which is not unusual. Okay. Now I got to figure out how to write this out, what I'm trying to do here. Because this is going to get really long if I'm... Okay, so I'm going to bring this down. Actually, no. Undo. Let's bring it down here. And then I'm just going to go get rid of this F sharp diminished altogether. In fact, I'm going to get rid of that. Okay. So then I'll probably get rid of, whoops, where did it go? I'm going to get rid of that and move it down. All right. Okay. So G we'll call the 1. A minor we'll call the 2 minor, right? The comma, all right? And then do I have room for, yeah, I have room. B minor will be the 3M, okay? Then C will be the 4. Oh, don't need a space. D, this is fairly legible, will be the 5. Oh, gosh darn it, did a space again. Okay, and then E minor will be the 6. I got a space there where I don't need it. Now I've added a couple more. I said C minor, right? Now the B7. Okay, C minor is the 4 minor, right? And B7 would be the 3. How am I going to do that? Well, I'll just leave it 3 major, okay? Because if I put 3/7, it's going to look like 37. All right, so I can make this a little bit bigger now. All right, so now we're adding to our. Oh, I did an equal sign there. Sorry, did somebody point that out? Sorry. It's hard. This is tiny up there. I can barely see it. You know how blind I am. All right, I think that looks okay. That should serve. Okay. So I've added 3/7, okay, and we've added the 4 minor. Okay, we've got 4, 5, 1. I got some more here that I can do. Now that 3/7 chord, the in this case B7, all right. It's not gonna really resolve well to every chord. So if we randomly grab I need to create a random. I can have Chad do it, but create a random chord generator. Oh, sorry. A range of 2 to 30 inches? Yeah, that's hard to prepare for, isn't it? I guess you just prepare for 30. It's like, dang. My son Alex is in Vermont right now. They had snow, but they didn't get too much snow while he was there. So he's kind of enjoying it because being a California kid raised here all his life, Southern California at that, he's not spent a lot of time around snow. He was worried about having to drive in it, so he got an SUV and all the insurance. I mean, I have a little bit of experience driving in the snow back in the day. And I remember, one of the things you want to do is if the roads are kind of icy, if there's snow along the shoulder or whatever, it's almost better to drive slowly with your right two wheels in the snow rather than drive four wheels on ice. You can get a little bit better traction on snow than you can on ice. The opportunities where that would show up was pretty rare, but it was definitely saved me a couple times, especially coming downhill or going uphill. Fortunately, Indiana doesn't have a lot of hills, but Vermont's not that way. Vermont's very hilly, so you're driving your recliner today. Good job. Let's see. Oh, Sandy, hey. Good afternoon. Good morning. Let's see. Nick, what's going on? Let's see. Hope you're doing well, Tom. Loved the Raise the Bar tutorial. Good. Yeah, it's really cool. Did you teach your children guitar as well? Well, my son Alex, yes. My son Alex is a very good guitar player and a record producer. Yeah, I'll talk about that in a second. Remind me that. Hang around, Nick, if you can. Was Nick? I'm sorry. Was it Nick? Just scroll up. Now I got to go. Yeah, Nick. Remind me in a second. Yeah, I can tell you a little bit about that. I want to try to get to as much lesson as we can. Okay, so the B7 is the 5 chord of E minor. Okay, so you might hear a lot of songs that go like G, E minor, maybe to C. That's a nice progression. Kind of sad, kind of maudlin. Okay, so that one, I can write that in. And so it'll look like this. So I have to go back to here. Then I have to go down to the bottom. And so what was that? It was 1. It was 3. It was 6 minor, and then it was 4. Nice chord progression. Really, really pretty chord progression. I like that one. Okay, so that's one we didn't grab. Okay, so let's see what we get. So I've inserted those. They may not show up very often, and if they don't, we may restart. I'm going to pick 4 random here from these pieces of paper. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about other chords we can add. But let's just, with those 2, let's see what we have. Yeah, 2, 3, and 6 by definition are minor. So 2 minor is like saying 2 minor, minor. Yes, but we're going to be dealing with 2 major, 3 major, and 6 major. So we need to have that delineation. And I think in Nashville, they'll sometimes put the M after it, even though it's, like you said, kind of redundant. Because it's only, what's the word you used? By definition, that's only true by definition if you don't stray from the standard chords. And we're going to go to chords that are not even, like, we're going to have a B flat chord at some point, and we're going to have an F chord, and we're going to have an E flat chord. So we're going to add a lot of chords. There's going to be different ones. And so, yeah, so that's why I'm putting the M there, just because I want you to know for sure it's an M. Because if I wrote 1, 6, 4, 5, that would not be G, E minor, C, D. That would be G, E, C, D. All right? So we can get that straight. Yeah. I'm trying to give you as much information as compactly as I can. Okay, I'm just going to take the top 4 ones here. I shuffled them. Let's see what we got. Okay, well, wait. Okay, 1, 4, 4, 1. Okay, I didn't shuffle very good. I got 1, 4, 1, 4. So we got. Yeah, that's pretty boring. I mean, there's like, I have 3 videos out that each called 5 songs with only 2 chords. I should do another one of those. One of them is really popular. The other two, not so much for some reason. Excuse me, sorry, just morning phlegm. All right, so what if I did this? What if I went 1-4-1 minor 4? Okay, I'm not even going to look for it. I'm just going to do it. So if I went G, I can see working with that. Tell you something here too, okay? When we're changing that C to C minor, really only think about that you're changing one note. Don't think that suddenly now you're in the key of C minor. So for example, if I were to solo over that, let me create a, okay, so this is maybe not the direction that I was initially planning on going to talking about soloing, but soloing, there's another trick I can tell you. A lot of times if I'm hunting for melody ideas, I'll put down a track and I'll just solo over it. And I will derive oftentimes a melody from the chords that I found. So I'm just going to play a little piano here. Let's see. Yeah, just grab an acoustic piano. Let's see what this piano sounds like. Oh shoot, I got all my pieces of paper here sitting on my piano. So let me get rid of those, and my phone, and my car bill. I put the bills up here that I got to put. Okay, so I'm just gonna. Okay, that sounds very gothic. It's not very fun. I'm not really trying to make it too fun. Okay, I'm going to have to turn this up a little bit. I think maybe. Boy, my right hand is a lot stronger than my left hand. Okay. Let me quantize this. All right. All right, you hear that? Now, so what I was saying was when you're soloing over G to C, for example, let me just pull those two chords up, right? I can just play a G major scale. And this is something that came up in my video that I recorded a couple days ago, and I'm going to drop today or tomorrow. So I may reference. This is a reference I'm going to make, and I'll make it in that video as well. So I'm just going G to C here. That's a really loud click. Let me drop a drum in there, like a soft, brushy drum. Let's see. Okay, not modern R&B. Let's see. Let's go. Let's see. What do we have? Roots songwriter. Okay. Let's see what drops here. Boom. All right. Now that's just too heavy. All right. Let's see. Do we have another? Back roads, country line. Let's see. Because the tempo's 120, so now let me lower it down to 80 and see. This is going to be pretty slow though. This is so swingy. That's not roots. That's funny. It just defaults to having a real swing to it. Get rid of all the fills. All right, that's too loud, isn't it? I don't want to distort. Okay. Oh, there's our minor chord. All right, so just a major for now. Check this out. temptation when the 4 chord goes to minor 4 is to think, oh, I'm in a C minor, and so I'm just going to loop the G to C minor, and I'm going to show you. If I went from G major to C minor, here's what it would sound like if I was soloing over it that way. It sounds okay-ish, but everyone knows you're going back to a G chord. So it ends up sounding almost Middle Eastern, right? Almost like... Okay, and that's not the sound we're going for. Check this out. Play this with me, okay? See if you can follow along here. I'm gonna start on G here, and I'm gonna play a G major scale. All right. So we're going to start on the 2nd finger on the 5th fret of the 4th string, then play the A with the pinky at the 7th fret, and go down to the 3rd string and play 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have, and then shift up to the 5th fret, and we're going to play 5, 7, 8. Backwards, 8, 7, 5, shift down, 7, 5, 4, 7. Now you could do this in open position if you wanted to. Okay, now to accommodate the C minor, it's not a C minor 7. See, I probably would. You wouldn't normally do that. You would normally just go to like a pure C minor. There are other C minors we might go to, and I'll show you that in a second. But now, okay, so I'm going to play, again, like I did before, where I go from G to C minor. It just doesn't work. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play G minor scale, or G major scale, and I'm only going to take that E down to E flat, because that's what happens when you take C to C minor. The E chord, the E note, that's why you can't play an open C minor chord, because we have 2 E notes and we can take this one down, but we can't take that one down. We could add this note, but then you got like, sometimes I'll play C minor like this, without a C, only because if I've got a bass player I'm playing with, then he can get that C, right? Anyway, so all that's happening is the minimum change you have to make to accommodate that C minor chord is to flat the E. So we end up with this scale, which sounds really weird until you realize that against the G chord, it makes a lot more sense. So check this out. Again, the loop here right now is G to C minor. See? That F sharp is a little weird. I might avoid the F sharp over the C minor chord. But the interesting thing is the A, which is normally flatted in the key of C minor, and the B, which is normally flatted in the key of C minor. I'm playing just natural A and natural B, and those sound great. So one of the chords that you could do for C minor, if you wanted to, is C minor with a major 7 with a B in it, or you could do C minor 6, which is very common. So you might. practice. It's hard to get that. I would normally play it up here. But that C minor 6 has an A in it. But you'll notice when I played that, just the first 4 notes of the G scale. Now, here's an interesting thing. Without the C chord, we have just the C minor chord, that E natural sounded kind of weird. So if I knew that, if this was the progression, okay, if this was the whole progression of the song, I might actually think of it more as some kind of C melodic minor scale. Again, I don't want to confuse you. Now, let me add back in that C major chord. So now the progression is going to be 1 4 1 minor 4, or 4 minor, however you want to think about it. Okay, and so we get. So it's more solidly G major centric when you get that major 4 chord, and then it goes to minor 4 chord. And the idea of that minor 4 chord is you kind of want to save it. You want it to be a bit of a surprise. So to do it in the 4th bar of the song might be a little bit too soon. Maybe I might go. Save it for the 8th part. Right? Because I say this all the time. Music is manipulation, and if you learn a little bit of harmony, a little bit of music theory, and you can learn what melodic notes will tug at the heartstrings, what chords changes will move you into a different kind of emotional space. And so that's kind of what we're talking about in a lot of ways. Okay, so let me grab, that's so funny. I got to shuffle these a little better, I guess. Okay, it's really hard to shuffle little teeny white pieces of torn paper. All right, it's not like a deck of cards, my friends. So I'm sorry, am I missing anything here? We had 68 degrees Fahrenheit the last few days. Dropped down to temps last night, Thursday. Yeah, 68's great. Heck, I've been in Michigan where 68 was the high in the summer. I wrote a song for a YouTube channel I follow. I've written a song for a YouTube channel. It will push my skills in every way. Snowed in helps. Okay, that's good. Winter storms are passing to the north of here, Detroit metro area. Okay. Just a rain bell, okay. Yeah, it sounds kind of Arabic, doesn't it, AJ? Yeah, especially if it's just like if you do some kind of weird hybrid scale, like that G, A, B, C, D, E flat, F sharp, G. By itself, out of context, it sounds kind of weird. But you'll notice that when I was writing melodies over the C minor, I wasn't really necessarily even playing the E flat. I mean, sometimes I did, but to me, what sounds really good over that C minor is that the G, A, B, C, D, that kind of the first 5 notes of the G major scale. I mean, and Beethoven made, you know, I mean, Beethoven made 5 notes work. So, you know, I could play that over this. See what it sounds like over that. I gotta wait. Weird over the C chord, but it totally works. It doesn't change the C chord with Beethoven's. Is that Beethoven's ninth? Oh, chat disconnected. Please wait while we reconnect you. Successfully connected. All right. So I don't know what happened there, but let's see. So, I was going to draw. Okay, let's see what the 5 chord. 3 chord, 2 chord, 1 chord. Well, that doesn't have any of the weird ones. How many weird ones do we have anyway? Because I did duplicate. We just have the 3/7 and the 4 minor. So, okay. So what if I take that 3 and replace it, that minor 3, and replace it with the 3/7? So 5, 3, 7, 2, 1. What would that be? Okay, so 5, I need to write in that progression that we did. Hold on a second. So we did 1, 4, 1, 4 minor. I mean, it's not awful. Not awful, but it's not great. Okay, so what if I went 5, which would be D, okay? I should quiz you on this. But I won't. So everybody take a sip, because there will be no quiz on this. A celebratory sip. It's weird. The new OBS seems to be makes the camera. I haven't changed. The camera's the same camera, but it just looks like it's further away or something. I don't know if it seems that way to you too. Oh, I'm glad. Thanks, Cacophonous. So what if so I substituted for 3. I went with a major 3, the 7 chord, the 3/7. So it would be B7. So the 5 would be D, then B7, then A minor, and then G. Now that B7 wants to go to E minor, but it also wants to go to C. All right. Because part of it's because that B note wants to go up to C, and that E flat wants to go to E natural. You got a lot of stuff going on right there, so check that out. The bottom 3 notes of the B7 chord, you got B, D sharp, and A, and these 2 notes want to go up, and this note wants to go down. That's called movement, voice leading or harmonic movement, and it's good movement. You got parallel movement here, which is fine if there's contrary movement at some point. You don't technically in music theory you're taught that parallel octaves and parallel fifths are wrong. Well, you wouldn't have rock and roll if you didn't have parallel fifths and octaves. So technically, rules are made to be broken, but there are rules, and in music theory we learn that. Of course, I learned that music theory in the 70s and 80s, and rock and roll had been around for a long time, so it wasn't like they were saying, okay, this is like, you can't, all rock music's wrong. And it's like, they weren't really saying that, but they kind of were. Tonal resonance sequencer. I'm excited about your channel. Awesome. Oh, you found Dan Smith plays guitar in '99. Was that that was pre-YouTube, right? YouTube was like 2005. Where did you find him? A friend of mine and I are working on writing songs run with a 1, G, flat 3. Yeah. And I would still say that that's in the key of G. So what that one was you took the B minor chord, or the 3 chord, and made it flat 3 major. And that's a very common chord. Another one is the flat 7 major, right? Well, we're going to add those into the mix here. I need to do that sooner than later because we didn't get a very good draw the last time. Okay, let's listen to this. Let's see what 5, 3, 2 minor, 1 sounds like. Now, because the B7 wanted to go to the C chord, and that was a nice resolution, it also wants to go to the E minor chord. Let's see what it sounds like going to the A minor chord, because A minor is the substitute for C major. Is the minor sub for C major. So it might kind of work. We'll see. Now, one thing I like about the A minor chord is it does, because right here, first chord is D. We might think we're in the key of D, and we get to that B7. Now we don't know what key we're in. Now we're thinking, okay, we might be in the key of G or E minor, and then we go to the A minor chord, and that rules out the key of D because there is no A minor chord in the key of D major. All right. So now so the A minor chord makes it much more G-centric, and then when we get to the G chord, we're like, yeah, okay, well, that makes sense. And I usually say, if you want to know what key a song is in, because songs don't always start on the root key or the root chord. If you want to know what chord does the song want to end in, and if it, sometimes you have a song like. Well, technically, that progression there, E, A, D, A, is in the key of A, but it wants to end on E. So you could say that this is actually, that progression would be relative to A, and it would be the G or an E mixolydian progression, and so you could call it that. So it would be technically in the key of E, but it wouldn't be E major; it would be E mixolydian. Sam knows what I'm talking about. So. And I think about these things because it's funny. I had a band back in Indiana, and the sax player in the band, so I was the kid in the band, right? I was like 18 when I joined the band. Everybody else was 25 to 30 years old. And they asked me to join the band. It was awesome. And the sax player, he went to Butler University where he graduated with a degree in sax. And of course, if you did that back then, you were doing some jazz, but mostly you were doing classical stuff. And I don't know what he played in college, but I just know that when he did solos, if we were playing a song like that, and that was a common kind of progression for a lot of R&B soul stuff, that E, A, D, A kind of thing, he would play over, he'd go, well, that's in the key of A. So he would start playing licks in it. Just sound horrible. And I figured out that basically if you just did E minor blues licks, it would sound great, Or whatever, hard to play solo without the chords going on. But so guys, play the chords for me. I'm just kidding. Okay, so but yeah, so when he would solo, it was just like, you're kind of doing the head tilt, like, well, technically that's right, but it doesn't sound very good. You know what I mean? Technically, you're in the key of A on this chord progression, but you would not play A major scale. Oops. Would you play E mixolydian, which is the exact same scale? I probably wouldn't. I mean, the only good thing about thinking E mixolydian for that, as far as solo goes, at least you're going to trend towards landing on E notes. But if you think A major, you're going to trend towards landing on A notes, and A just sounds like a suspension over this. Even though there's an A in the A chord and there's an A in the D chord, that A note, it just doesn't sound right. It's like, it's fine if you want to use it to go somewhere, but to sit on an A note over that progression is just not happening. So, and my point is, it wants to end on, it doesn't want to end on an A chord. It wants to end on the E chord. So when you're trying to figure out what key to solo in, that's a really good trick. Is like, what chord does the song want to end on? All right, that's first thing, and then find the blues scale in that and start there. Okay, and that blues scale is always a good place to start because you've got a lot of flavor in there. And if it's really like, even if it's super duper major chord progression, and you're in A major, E blues licks are probably still going to kind of work on it. So, at least, again, like I said, it's a starting point. All right, we're not really supposed to be talking about solo, we're talking about songwriting. So that chord progression, 5, B7, so D, B7, A minor, G. That's a toughie, but I feel like if you had the right melody, let me program it. I mean, let me put it in here. Let's see if we can come up with something on it. I love challenges. It's just, that's joy of part of what I'm doing here. Okay, so there's, let me add the 7th in here. Ooh, that's not good. Maybe go up here. Let's see. Wait, what did I do? So B. Yeah, F sharp B. Maybe do that. Knock this down an octave. Okay. Then here's the one chord we're going to turn into the minor. There's 1. I'm sorry, 5. 3 major, 2 minor. Okay, I'm kind of getting. Now that, and then there's our C. I left the C minor though, the minor 4. That actually sounds pretty bitchin' right now. Okay, I have to admit that sounded kind of cool. Okay, what was that? Okay, I'm gonna write it in. Okay, I'm gonna write in what we're supposed to do. And this is what it's all about, happy accidents, man. I mean, I always say 100% of anything I did that was genius was purely accidental. It did not originate intentionally. All right, so we had the one that we were supposed to do was 1, 3, what did I say? 2 minor and 1. Okay, but I accidentally did this. I did 5. So we can try to work with this a little bit. What did I say? 2 minor, 2 minor. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 5, 3, 2 minor, and then 4 minor. The minor 4 chord, the C minor. All right. And so we'll see, how does that go? How does that C minor go to D? So this might be hard to hear G and. Oh, it got blurry. camera just got, I must have leaned in or something. It got blurry and focused. Or did I lean in? I don't remember leaning in. That's weird. Come on, focus. If I go back, I think sometimes if I go back and then come forward. There we go. I have to remember that trick. Okay. What time is it? Oh, almost an hour now. Everybody still hanging on? Bruce, you're still here. I see you. Oh, Catherine took off. Star. Oh, I didn't. Who was Star? Wait, oh, Star Guitar. Thanks, Tom. Got to run for now. I'll watch the replay and catch back up on back episodes. Okay. Sweet Alabama. Yes. That's a great one. Yep. Oh, you're right. Very D-centric, but it finally resolves to G at the end. You're right. And, you know, a good songwriter can do that. Turn a song around like that. Present. Cacophonous is still here. So, yeah. So, when I listen to this... Okay, so it's D. I like it. And maybe. I want to go to the one chord from there, so it's a little weird, but it's kind of cool. It's a happy accident. So let me though now take it to the one. Let me do what I was supposed to do in the beginning, and make this C minor a one chord. All right, there's the one. I'll go take that up an octave and make it major. Okay. So here's what it sounds like. It's supposed to. B7, A minor. I was thinking it was going to go C minor. It's kind of... cool. I mean, I like the sound of that. Going to that C natural. I'm sorry, the E natural for the A minor chord. Brilliant. I'm just kidding. All right. So yeah, it's kind of an interesting chord progression. Okay, let's see if we can dig it. Well, let me add some more chords in here. I got more pieces of paper. Let's do that flat 3, all right? And let's add the flat 7. All right. So what would the flat 7? Okay, so we got to add those up here now, remember, because we got these up here. So let me go here, boop, and then so B flat would be the flat 3, okay? And then F would be the flat 7. So the 7 is normally F F sharp diminished, right? But we're not really using that. I think that's probably why the flat 7 chord is pretty common, because a lot of people like, so a progression you might do using the flat 7 would be something like, you could do something like just 1 4 5 flat 7. Maybe more common would be that's kind of fun, right? So what brought that to mind? Okay, so I'm going 1 4 flat 7 5. Okay, but if I play 1 and then 4 chord with a third in the bass, I'm going down to E. And I play the F chord, I got an F in the bass, and I go to D and I put the F sharp in the bass, I've got a nice, cool chromatic run. And then that D chord sounds like the strange chord, right? Even though we're in the key of G. But that F chord sets it up and like messes with your head, makes you think we're in a key of C, and then we go to the D chord and we're like, oh wait, no, we are in the key of G. Okay, so that's kind of, I can just write that progression down. I kind of like that one. So that one, again, I'm just adding them here. If you want to write them down on a piece of paper too, for options for writing, and again, I'm keeping everything really square. I'm playing 4 beats of every chord. I can totally change it here. Let me change it for a second, in a second here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So what was it? 1 4, is that right? 1 4, yeah. Flat 7 5, yeah. And the 4 chord and the 5 chord I played in first inversion. Don't worry, no test on that. First inversion just means that the root or the third is in the bass. It makes no sense. Why not call it third inversion? I don't know. Okay, so I've added some other notes in here. I don't know. We're coming up with random things, but let me show you. Like for example, like I said, I'm doing everything really square. I'm doing 4 beats of every chord, super duper square. But what if I did 2 beats of G, like a slower tempo? Whistling Gary. So what that, in some ways, to me, it's more interesting to have chord changes that change in weird spots. So like I could do maybe a push on the 4 chord, maybe go like. Reminds me of something from the 80s. It sounds a little like REM or something, right? It kind of gives me REM vibes. One thing that noticing things like that chromatic movement, that thing, helps you come up with guitar ideas. So for hook ideas or rhythm or top line ideas. So let me insert that chord progression. So we had this one here. I guess I could go ahead and do that rhythm. So let me I'll keep that one for now. I'm just going to drag this over and then I'll manipulate these to be the new. All right. So funny that roots songwriter came in swinging. Who? I mean, there could be a little bit of swing in country, but dang, it sounded funny. All right. Who programmed that? All right, so the first chord was the 1 chord, right? So I gotta take this D down to G. And I'm gonna go, I have a C chord. I may just go ahead and just manipulate this chord. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and change on the end of 2 to the, what was it? We went to 4 chord, right? 1, 4, so, okay. 1. Oh wait, what's 8? That's A major. Okay, so that's pretty low. I'm gonna knock this up here. And then I'm gonna go to F major. And I wonder what would happen if I changed on the end of one of the next bar and then just held D out for the duration, right? So I may go ahead and hit 2 Ds here. Let's see what that sounds. It might be a little bit weird. Oh wait, okay, now I'm really off. Wait. Oh, I see what I did, okay. I just need 2 bars. All right, there we go. Patience. So I'm just gonna hit this D chord again, I think, just to give it. Oh wait, that's not a D chord. Okay, wait, what am I doing? I got 1. Oh yeah. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't know. This might. That's a little weird. Let me go back to our kind of the idea was just to have, and I definitely need to raise this up. Kind of cool, right? Now, where did that chromatic line go? So it was G, oh, I see. Oh, here it is. And then it goes up to G. Yeah. Okay. So check this out. So I might, acoustic. But if I were putting down an electric part, it might be something like, I've got, starts on the 1 chord. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that chromatic line. Now the problem is the chord change is kind of weird time-wise. So I have to figure that out. But then I'm going to add the G and D with it. So I've got this G kind of thing. I could do this too. Yeah, see, it doesn't, that's not going to work over the D chord. If I went to a D sus, yeah, so if I went to a G sus, then I could resolve that down to D natural. That's too weird, but there's something there. If I stayed with got rid of the sus, the other thing I could do is I could just square this off like we did before. So let me just square it off so it's two beats of every chord. All right, hold on a second. I've got I gotta go shut a window. I left the window open. It's getting hot out. All right, trying to keep the house cool. So, let's hear what this sounds like a little more square. Now I want to hear some pushes. Like that D chord wants to push, right? And by push, I just mean move it up an eighth note so it happens sooner. Let's take a horn section. Ba, 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 ba. You know, like a short horn stab and then let's see, studio horns, 6-piece section. Too high. What would it sound like if I just dragged the piano down? Kind of annoying. But you get the idea. Whenever I think of pushes, I kind of think of horn. I imagine a horn section. All right. So, something in there you could do. Again, I'm trying to pull in a common tone, like making G note. So I'm having, because of that, the D chord has an F sharp in it. If I took that F sharp up to G. So one of the first things I'll do when I have a chord progression, I have to play over a chord progression that's really complex. I'll look for common tones, and then that you can kind of go from there. So like over this progression, I'll start on G, okay, and then I go to C, and then I go to F. I can do that lick again, and then so I'm kind of basing everything on G. Just a starting point when you want to come up with something. If I were to do it like a percolating thing, I would probably, I would probably do something similar to that. Maybe I might go up an octave, if I want to do some kind of like 80s percolating kind of vibe. Okay, so that's not a bad progression. Yeah, that one's totally usable. All right, let's see what we get here. Just gonna grab. I gotta shuffle these. There's getting to be a lot of them now, so it could be a really weird progression. We've got, or it could be a really stupid square one. We'll see. Well, if we do get a square one, we'll make amends to it. Okay. So let's see. I may take out of the middle of the pack here. Let's grab, what's this one? 4. All right. Starting on the 4 chord. All right. Let's see. What's this one? Hey, Joel, what's going on? Oh, Jan. Sorry, I think you said Joel. 1 chord. Oh, come on. I got to make some more extras of the weird ones. 6. Oh, come on. This is not working for us here. 3, 7, 4. Okay, well, okay. So this would be C, G, C, what did I say? 6, E minor, C, G, E minor, B7. C, oh, sorry. C. Similar to what we've already done. It's kind of a variation on ones that we've already done, but I can write that one in since it showed up. All right. Okay, so I'm going to leave those cards out. So what I said? 4, 1, 3, 6 minor. Yeah, not bad. No, wait. No, other way around. 6 minor, then 3. So major 4, major 1, minor 6, and a major 3. And that major 3 goes nice to the 4 chord, so it's not bad. Now here's another thing. I might, this would be a situation where I might go 4, 1, right? Go to the 5 chord there instead of the 3 chord, and then go to the 3 chord on the next time around. Okay. To me, then it's a little bit more of a surprise, and you're kind of lulling people into thinking, oh, it's just a simple 4, 1, 6, 5 progression. Sorry. Let me start again. 3, 4. That works. And here's another trick, okay? Here's another trick that will really, I think, brighten up any song that you're writing. And that is, or if you're doing an arrangement of a pre-existing song and you just want to do your own thing with it, save that B7 chord for towards the very end. Like the last chorus, you hit it. Do it once. Use that weird chord, that weird sub. It's not even a sub. B7 you could say is a sub for D, but it works because it leads well to the C chord. But the D chord doesn't particularly lead well to the C chord. There's no leading going on there. It's just you're just moving everything down a whole step. So that's another trick that you can glean from what we're talking about here, songwriting, is, again, what does that do? What does that do if I do a 3-minute song and it's pretty much this, maybe the verses are, the choruses are changing. Now you have to watch your melody. If I save it for the very end, then it's like, whoa, and that, again, you're manipulating people. You're getting them to pay attention. You're getting them to go, wait, what just happened? And now they're listening to your song again. If you do that, if I made the whole progression, that works. I can totally write a song over that, and that becomes your hook. No problem with that. However, or it becomes your harmonic hook. However, that chord is never going to be a surprise. If you do it every time, obviously it can't be a surprise. Okay, is this helpful? All right, so I think I'm going to change that chord progression, make it a little bit better by going to let's see, 4, 5, and then go 4, 1, 6 minor, 3. I think that is kind of cool. Oh, I'm glad cacophonous. Yeah, you just have to kind of, you have to experiment, and sometimes things work and sometimes they don't, and you just take chances. Okay, so I'm leaving these out. These are not gonna, now keep in mind I do have extra 1s and 4s in here, I think, but let's see what we get, see if I can get something a little weirder, and then I've got to go. I got some work I got to do, so, and I want to finish editing this video. Okay, 4 minor, so we're going to start on a 4 minor. I may move that. A flat 3, all right, now we're talking. Okay, what the heck? All right. A 5, okay, and a 4. Wow. All right, let's just play those in order. So that would be 4 minor would be C minor, flat 3 would be B flat, 5 would be D, and 4 would be C. All right, I have no idea what this is going to sound like, but let's give it a go. I like it. Yeah, I think that actually really works, because it's telling you, at first you think you're in the key of C minor, right? You're going C minor to B flat, so we're like in some kind of flat key, right? And then we go, probably wants to really go to G there really strong. Feels like to me, right? Let me throw a capo on so I can maybe play this with a little bit more ringiness to it, and I have to think about something. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I think I almost like the C going, so let's see, I'll go C minor, B flat, we have no root, D to C. There's a lot of surprises going on there. When you go to the D chord, that's a surprise. When you go to the C chord, that's a surprise. And when you go back to the C minor chord, that's a surprise. So there's a lot of unexpected chord changes, and there's a reason why they're unexpected, because nobody uses them, and probably because it doesn't work. So you might have to massage it a little bit. Like I said, that B minor wanted to go to, that D7 or D wanted to go to G minor, or I think we go to G major. We could do both. We go G minor to G major. Check that out. So C minor, minor 4, flat 3, B flat, D7, which I'm using as a 5. That's kind of cool. Maybe do like the B in the bass, like G minor to G7, C minor, B flat, D7, G minor. So I'm not exactly playing what's written here. I didn't go to that C chord. That one is a little weird. Although we could maybe one of the times go to C major. So let's see what that would sound like. So in your head, you're hearing C minor, minor 4 chord, the major 3 chord or flat 3 chord, the 5 chord, G minor. Yeah, not really. Doesn't really. So that 4 chord's not jiving, but that's okay. This whole chord progression roulette thing that we're playing will yield something, and then we just manipulate it to make it work for us. And I think, again, now, is this a G progression? Really hard to say. I almost feel like it's more of a C minor progression. And so you've got C minor with a major 2 chord. I don't want to get into deep into the weeds here, but that's kind of, you know, it's not bad. So I can write this one down though. It's gonna again, the jury is still out whether whether or not that works. But let's go with 4 minor, and then I've got to go. And then we have flat 3, and oops, my B is sticking on this keyboard. Flat 3. Then we went to what? Oh, we went to the 5 chord, which I use this dominant 7th chord. And then we went to 1 minor, and then to 1 major. Kind of, okay? Yeah, I'd buy that progression. I could make that work. I could use that for something. And again, you know, these are just maybe verses or choruses. You may have to change the progression. But you can take those chords and just kind of move them around a little bit and come up with a chorus. Or if you feel like what you've got is a really strong hook, make that the chorus and kind of come up with something kind of like with this one, that could be the chorus. And or maybe so I'm just skipping the 1 chord. Or I don't know, and then the chorus could be maybe move the chords changes so they're faster, or change the rhythm up. You don't want to stray too far away from the chord progression. You don't want it to sound like 2 different songs. A lot of times when young songwriters would bring me songs, especially back in the day, back in the 70s or 80s or 90s, it would almost be like, wow, listen to this great song I wrote. And then they would play me what could technically be 3 or 4 songs. You could technically take, wow, that's a great chorus, but it doesn't really fit with this bridge or pre-chorus of this verse. All of those could be their own songs. Why don't you just write 4 songs with those parts and let that section, instead of taking, I had these 4 great ideas and throw them into 1 song, take each one of those ideas and develop and let that idea 1 inspire the verse for idea 1 or the bridge for idea 1 and so on and so forth. And that's how I try to work. I really try to let whatever the verse idea is, I really try to let it inspire the chorus and make some kind of sense. So, all right. Oh, I just purchased a 70s Ibanez made in Japan. Oh, nice. Yeah, I've got 2 Ibanez's, 70s Ibanez's. My first 2 electrics were Ibanez's. Well, that's not true. First electric was an Ibanez, and then my second electric was a Gibson Les Paul fretless Wonder, which I technically wish I still had. It wasn't really fretless, but they had really low frets on it because all the range was trying to get action really, really low. Okay. So I'm going to, I've got to check out, and I will see you guys next week. Oh, we're doing good though. We're peaking at 25 and I'm getting ready to leave. That's just not, I mean, I can hang out a little longer if you let me write an email. If you let me do an email, let me send in the band list here. I got to send in the band list. Desktop. Let's see. Okay. March 21. So you guys are watching me do office work right now. Basically not making any changes. Okay, don't need to do that. All right. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. So let me just do this. I don't want to go too fast. I can't tell you how often I do the band list and then I have to redo it because I went too fast, or I have to send a correction. People email me, I'm not on this weekend, am I? So, all right, I think this is correct. Yeah, that looks right. Yeah, all right, sorry. Sending. And only person here. So, okay, triple checking. Okay, everybody is in town. All right, I think we're good. What's this about? Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm fine with that. Action required. Oh, interesting. Okay, I'll do that later. I don't ever log into anything through an email, right? Just never wise to do that. Never click on. Okay, so now I'm losing viewers because I went to office work. Okay, so let's see. Okay, wait, I can do another one. Well, let's add. Let's see. Let's come up with another chord or two that we can add to our list. Okay, I'm going to show you another one that's like it's kind of weird, and that's E flat. And you're like E flat. Wow, but it's really common. It's a flat 6 chord. And there's a word for this, and I'm thinking that maybe Sam knows it. Sam, are you still here? I'm always forgetting what the 5 of something is referencing. Secondary dominant. Yeah, that's the term. And I can write this chord down, so there'd be E flat. Oh, no. Flat, not E flat. Flat. And you could do it with, if you wanted, or do just G chords or whatever, you could write it little cards. I would just get like note cards and write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all of them. And there's some more too we haven't really talked about, but this would be flat 6. And so there's a really common ending that very common in the 60s, but you would take the flat 6, go to the flat 7 to the 1. So you got a song that's like whatever. Beatles did it. The Turtles did it. So Happy Together has that. Yeah, I remember that secondary dominant. I always, it's just a brain fart. But yeah, there's a name for this cadence. There's a name for this cadence, and I'm not sure what it is. The 6, the flat 6, flat 7, and the major 1. That's another chord we can add. And then there's a couple more that I like. I like the minor 5. So that one would be, you will hear the minor 5 every now and then, and that would be, hold on, I got to click in here. Where is it? There. That would be D minor. Okay, and that's 5 minor. And then one we haven't really talked about are the would be E, which is very common actually in the key of G. I would probably do E7, and that would be the oops. Why is it not doing this? Is that a space in there that just doesn't look like a space? Oh, it is a space, so it doesn't look like a space. All right. E7 would be the major 6. And then an A7 could be the major 2. So these are all ones that are legit, you know, that they will show up from time to time. I think Sam is looking it up. There's a word for it. I just can't remember what it's called. So like, you know, like if you're doing a progression like I'm going to stay in G, and I'm going to use the minor 5. Nice. It's very sweet sound to me. You know, if I went straight to D minor, right? And I'm still in the key of G, but I could be in the key of G mixolydian or C major relative. If I never went to a D major. But the fact that D minor sounds the way it does is because you're thinking the key of G. So I'm at a D chord there, the E minor, the 6 minor chord, the 4 chord, and back to the 1, and then that D minor just is so sweet. That minor 5 chord going to the 4 chord is just sweet, and I might sit on that. Now that D sounds a little weird because you had the D minor. Some, you know, the melodies just kind of fall in, you know, and I would definitely spend more time honing melodies, working on it. But go to work, get to work. Hollies, thank you so much for being here with us. Yeah, Alanis Morissette, that's a good call, I think. That's definitely, who was the producer of that record, the big record? Alex and his co-singer, Savannah, that had a band called the Savannah Van Band for a minute. And Alex and them went and we auditioned for him, and he loved him. Nothing ever happened, but I don't know what went, you know, but it was through my friend Kook, and Kook brought him. Like I brought Alex and Savannah to Kook, and I kid you not, like I told Kook, I said, you got to hear these kids, my son and his bandmate, and Kook said, okay, well, come at noon. Because Beyonce is here in the morning and Mariah Carey is here afternoon. Oh, I'm itching my arm and getting thumbs up again. So the kids went over to audition for Kook in between Beyonce and Mariah Carey. And he was freaking blown away. They prepared like 3 or 4 songs, and Kook, as soon as the first song, they got to the chorus, the first song, Kook looked at me like, oh my gosh, this is amazing stuff. Because they were songwriters, you know, and she had a lot of personality, and Alex is a very good guitar player. And somebody had asked me earlier, did I teach my kids how to play guitar? And yes and no. So Alex, from day one, he just, like literally from the 1 year old, he wanted to play guitar. He had I had a little ukulele he would bang, strum on, like could barely stand up, but he would stand and strum on this ukulele. And his right hand time was great. He couldn't play any chords yet, didn't have any finger dexterity, but that was not far behind. I mean, by the time he was 5, he had a baby Taylor that he could actually make chord changes on, and he had electric guitars that he could play riffs on, things like that. So he was playing quite early. I think if you go to Malibu Music, where is it? Yeah, maybe Malibu Music or the B&T collection on Instagram, you can see an interview with me and Alex where we're talking about some of that stuff. So, and I probably on YouTube too, the B&T collection. Let me see if I can find the channel. I should, yeah, I can, YouTube, the B&T collection. It's my good friend, Brad. Let's see if they put him up on, oh yeah. I don't know, there's, so sorry. Oh, good. This is just a little short, like 2-minute clip of me and Alex being interviewed by our friend Brad. Well, by Garrett, but it's for Brad's channel. Yeah, and so. And Alex got pretty good fast, and so was Alex's friend Blake, was getting good at drums and guitar and even a little bit of piano. And so Jack, Alex's brother, who was also best friends with Blake, so the three of them were like compadres and would play Legos all day long if they could. But Alex, so what was happening, I didn't know this, we would drop Alex off at the Russell's house, at Blake's parents' house, and they would be playing Legos, but then there was a shed in the back that Alex would, and like a literal like tough shed, that Alex and Blake would go and jam. Alex would have guitar and Blake had drums in there, and they would be jamming, and so Jack would be stuck playing Legos by himself, which wasn't any fun. And so Alex and Blake had their first gig, and so we're going to this little music store in South Pasadena where they had a little stage, and they were going to do a gig where they were going to play like 3 songs. And so we went there and had to sit through a bunch of other people. But once Alex and Blake started setting up, Jack was helping them, and I'll go, oh, that's nice of Jack to help them set up. And then next thing I know, Jack is sitting down and holding a bass. And then they played, and it was the 3 of them. Jack had never told me that he took up the bass, and I just don't, because Alex was so good. You know, it's a little brother thing. I mean, I didn't have a brother, but I've heard it. You know, a lot of times you just don't want to have anything to do with what your brother's really good at, so you don't want to compete with him. And so Jack started playing bass, and it was just really. Really fun. So he had a blast playing with the band. They actually ended up calling themselves Dead Ball Era. I actually came up with that name. I was hearing an interview about how during the baseball's Dead Ball Era there were lots of hits, and so I thought, hey, what a better name for a band? You know, hopefully they'll have lots of hits. So. I remember Blake's mom didn't like it because it had the word dead in it, and I went, yeah, I guess, but the Grateful Dead, I mean, you know, it's Dead Ball Era. It kind of, I had more of a problem with the word ball in it. So, 203050 pull off starting on High B Street. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Wait, progression. Some nicknames go. Andalusian cadence. Okay. Yeah, you know what? That totally makes sense because Andalusian is in Spain. Andalusia. I want to go there. I've never been. I've been to Spain, but I haven't been there. I have to use a real tuner to tune this. Yeah, everybody take a sip because I changed guitars. That's one of our drinking game rules. Sip. lay flat. That could kind of work, but yeah. So like if I'm playing something like yeah, I can see where that would kind of have its roots in flamenco music, that progression. Let's see. Oh, Spirit of the Radio. Oh, the. All right. Is that what it is? Something like that? Something like that, yeah. I forget. It's been a long time. Oh, that's it. Yeah. Dang it. I took the tuner off and it went out of tune. Just immediately. So, now I probably should get going. I do have some work I have to get to. And we will, next Monday I'm here. I think the next Monday I'm not. So it should settle down a little bit, but I mean, that's what I thought a month ago. So I'm glad. I like being busy. Last week I was at Game Develop in San Francisco and Game Developers Conference. This time I got a chance to walk around San Francisco. We were in Union Square, which is kind of the Beverly Hills of San Francisco, so it was super nice. And I only saw a bunch of human feces once on the sidewalk in San Francisco. They generally, I think, try to keep it pretty clean there in the Beverly Hills of San Francisco. And I got some good food. Went to Morton's Steakhouse, very good. Went to a few different places. Did I use the app? Oh, the GDC app? I did not use the GDC app, if that's what you're asking. Oh, hey, Cable. Oh, Caleb, sorry. Caleb, what's going on? Caleb Emmons. Alexian. Welcome, Caleb. Is that first I've seen of you? Oh, no, this is cacophonous. Yeah. Oh, David's here. I'm inspired to spend the evening strumming as soon as I pick up a bottle of Raja. Yeah, writing. Well, warm on wine might not be a bad thing. So I'm assuming that's wine. Uh, so okay, I will. Uh, I will talk to you all later. I hope you are doing well. And so next Monday we're good to go, and we're going to keep talking about this. We're gonna come up with some more song ideas or chord progressions. I mean, that's usually where I start with songs. You might have a book of lyrics, and then what? In fact, when I wrote with Kelly Jekyll, she had a book of lyrics, and I'd start playing something, and she would be flipping through her book of lyrics because it would inspire, the chord progression would inspire something, and she'd go, okay, this is a lyric for that, and then she would find melodies that worked with that lyric over those chords. So that's not unusual either. So there is no right way to do it. Everybody does it different. Yeah, I bet Andalusian wine is very good. It's very much like wine country California. The weather's very similar. I need to go. It's on my list. I just don't know how much more European traveling or traveling. I don't know. We'll see. Now that we're starting to have grandkids, I have a feeling like most of our trips are going to be going to see grandkids. I'm not too disappointed by that, but I do need to meet my granddaughter. I haven't met her yet. She was born about 6 weeks ago, and our first granddaughter, my Beth, was there for a whole week right after the birth, but I've just been slammed. I haven't been able to get away. And now it's getting to the point where, I'm just going to see her anyway. My rug is all pulling up. I'm going to see her anyway in the summer, so I'm like, okay. And I mean, I can help, but I'm not like a mom, and I'll hold the baby, and okay, you take a nap, and I'll try to comfort this baby, I guess. I don't know. I have non-functioning mammary teats, so I can't be of any help there. Neither my wife didn't help in that manner either, but. But once they're a little older, that's when grandpa has, it's like, grandpa will take you fishing or something. We've got great photos of Emma, my daughter's grandfather, taking her fishing and stuff, and it's just so cute. So anyway, I'm already, my plan is, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to stick to this. My plan is whenever I'm around the grandkids, the phone's going to be in the other room. They will hopefully never or very rarely see grandpa with a telephone. I kind of want to try not to let them, kind of, although it's hard because you're going to want to take pictures, but other people can take pictures. But there's Greek, Papui. Yeah, I don't have a name yet. Okay, so my grandfather was Abu. And the reason he was Abu wasn't because he was from Bombay, but was because the oldest cousin, the first grandchild, my cousin John, who sadly passed away, a multimillionaire of a heroin addiction. He inherited like 40 million when he turned 18, and he died of a heroin overdose. But he, he was the one that named, because my grandfather was going, Abu, Abu. And then so when John saw him, he'd go, Abu, Abu. And so that became his name, and everybody called him. And including, like, when he retired in Florida, down in Naples, I think some of his friends even called him Abu. So I need to try to find I need to find a grandpa name. I mean, I'm fine with grandpa, whatever. But if some other name happens, or Beth is like, well, just have him call you Abu, and I'm like, I guess, but it's like, there's no context there other than that my grandfather was Abu. So, and it's Ahboo. So, all right, everyone. God bless you. I will talk to you all later. See you next Monday, and Lord willing, and you just take care, be safe. All the weather. Opatam. Opatam could be good. Yeah, that might work. Except I'm not Greek at all, but it kind of works. But yeah, blessings to all of you. Have fun. Be safe with all the crazy weather that we're getting. We got heat here, so I got to not get heat stroke. I don't think I will. The house is nice and cool. We don't have any AC on yet. I won't turn on the AC at all. It's not going to. I don't need it. By the time Beth gets home, it's starting to cool down, so it's fine. Anyway, I'll just get it. I'll just work in my swimsuit and jump in the pool and then come back in. That's what I do. I don't want to turn on the AC because in California that's expensive. So, cat is Greek for bad sounding cat. Okay, good to know. All right, God bless you guys. Take care. Bye bye.